Comrade Wesker, welcome to my humble abode.
I see you are still resolved to go down with the ship, Colonel.
Umbrella's not going anywhere. All of the pain, the punishment, and the difficulties helped to make Umbrella stronger. It's a shame you couldn't understand.
Stand aside.
Oh, I almost forgot. Here are a few of my old friends I'd like to introduce you to.
Charmed.
Russia's such a peaceful place, don't you agree? A perfect place for your final resting spot.
I'm more powerful than last time. A protective code. That leaves the head. down.
Hey, you remember that boss fight from a couple chapters ago? Why don't we just do that once again, but this time we make you fight two of them at the same time? Innovative, right? Thank you, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, for finishing up this game as you started it, and as you meant to continue on. Yes, the Ivan Bros fight, or the double Ivan fight, or whatever the hell you want to call this, is basically just the Ivan boss fight from before, copy-pasted and thrown around a couple different ways. Somehow managed to be even more repetitive and more infuriating than the last time that we saw this guy, but he pretty much hits the same carbon copy notes as the original Ivan boss fight. An incredibly ironclad attack pattern that takes forever to get through, very hard to stun, tiny hitboxes, too many projectiles with too little time to shoot, and requiring that you stun these guys over and over and over again in the exact same way in order to avoid taking massive damage, and then opening up their vulnerable points to lay in some damage into them, and then repeating everything over and over and over again. Oh, and to top it all off, tons of health. Almost frickin' Ornstein and Smoo levels of health here. Hell, the Ivan Bros probably have more health than those two. The only saving grace was that Ornstein and Smoo in that game weren't literally made of liquid gold and had to be beaten down. The Ivan Bros here are gonna take all the ammunition and should basically be made of molten steel by the end of this boss fight, or whatever the hell brass bullets are made out of. It's literally all the same mistakes from the Talos boss fight yesterday, repeated verbatim with absolutely nothing learned, yet again in an attempt to make things feel more climactic than they actually are, infinitely worse off. There's not even a good reason why this boss fight is taking place. We're literally just fighting Sergei's bodyguards at this point. There was another Wesker section after this that I didn't play because at this point in the game, in order to unlock the extra content, the extra unique content to this game, you had to start getting the high ranks in the main series chapters, which, you know, fair enough. But considering this is the only new content that Capcom is coming out for Umbrella Chronicles, it seems kinda weird to be unlocked behind, you know, annoying skill tests. Because like I said in previous videos, this game kept its difficulty curve through all 4 chapters, so expecting us to high rank at the end of the difficulty curve in a Capcom game is kinda a high jump to make, which is why we're not gonna see that Wesker section, and we're not gonna see whatever the hell the ultimate justification was for the Ivan Bros boss fight, or how Sergei Vladimir's character arc actually ended. It's just not worth it for me to grind in this shoddy, mediocre on-rails shooter, honestly. So we're gonna end the series at the Ivan Bros boss fight, and for what it's worth, it's not fun, it's repetitive, it's annoying, it's not even close to satisfactory, and most of all, it's just not fun. Okay, tiny hitboxes that you have to hit in the exact same way over and over and over again, or you just start taking massive punishment from the game and then have to redo it over and over again, and basically just learn the attack pattern and memorize it in order to have a chance at this boss fight? No, no, no. Okay, you learned from the bad boss, did not decide to change any of the mistakes that were made, and you just are wasting our time when we could be interacting more with the incredibly interesting villain Sergei Vladimir and figuring out what happened to the Talos test data, or figure out if Wesker just added him to his incredibly long rap sheet of human casualties. We could have been doing that, but no, we had to dick around with a couple Star Wars Episode 2 grade tyrant jack-offs.